Good morning, Teresita.
Good morning.
Hi, Annette. Hi, Mara.
Morning.
Good morning. This
Morning,
is
Annette.
Anna.
Hi, Annette.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Oh, sorry, I don't.
Hey, Mara, do you know any contractors that I could call to get estimates for bringing utilities to a lot?
Ooh, good question. I have not had to do that yet, so yeah, not that I know of. I mean, I guess most of that would be backhoe work, right? Well, I guess I would start there. If nobody knows, I would call a backhoe company. There, Dan will know. Sorry, I haven't ever had to do that yet, but good question.
What was the question?
I was just asking if Mara knew any contractors that I could get estimate for bringing utilities to a lot. So I know how to get septic costs and permitting costs and impact fees, but I just don't know, like I know there's a per foot cost for the power.
And tip, it's not a contractor that does the utilities, it's the actual utility company that
TEP.
brings them from the hub to the service location. What they'll do is they'll bring it to the property into a box, and from the box to the house, the contractor needs to do the work. So
Gotcha.
I think they have a base rate to up to 500 feet if there's with a box within 500 feet. So gas is $50 a foot, I believe. $500 a foot. I don't know. Gas is expensive. I know that. I looked at my neighborhood and asked them to add gas to my house, and the new trunk was, I don't know, 500 feet away or something like that, and it'd be like $2.5 million.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, Sarah's right. Wow. I'm not kidding. And the houses on the other, like one street over, have gas. So it makes no sense. Well, sorry I was late, guys. I got lost track of time. I was watching a video on some cool things coming up for free for us to join into and be a part of. So how's your Fridays?
Happy Friday.
What's the temperature out there, Miss Robin?
Let me look. Have two big dogs here I'm not used to.
Sarah, somebody had asked about a photographer. I tagged you in it this morning.
It's 25, but it feels like 12.
Nice. Feels like 12 degrees.
Where is that?
In New Hampshire.
New Hampshire is Swedish for very cold.
Definitely.
Definitely. Well, it is Friday. We're going to go over some cool things. Anything we can work on specifically before we jump into the mayhem of our shenanigans. I love all the red shirts today, too. Except for those ASU people. I just don't know how to get rid of their yellow and gold. Just saying. It's not an attack. Just simple statements. You guys done anything this week? Any wins? Any excitements? You got to start the day off with something good. Stormy's just talking to Ashley like he does all day.
I made quite a few calls. I also committed to more cards. You know how I subscribe to that AM cards?
Yeah.
Which has kind of spoiled me on writing cards because it's so easy to just type in there what you want to say and hit, go instead of stamping and running to the, post.
I think it gives you the same response on the other end. So why not leverage out the technology? It's one of the tools that we have in our pyramid of success, right?
Yeah, it can still be really personal. And I love photography, so I'm always putting in personal photos in the card too. You can just put them in and they print them. So I kind of decided it's sort of my one thing, just because I thought, hey, it's a cool melding that I can reach out and express gratitude to people and share my goal. I mentioned that I'm sharing my, goal helping 36 people. And, you know, a couple of people said, yes, I will help you with that goal. So, you know, that's been kind of interesting. So, yeah, I'm putting myself out there. And one was a sales training guy, and he's like, that's great. I will help you. So
That's great, Miss Mara. I will help you. I have 2 sales training guys. One might be a little bit bigger than the other. Well, that's awesome. What are your goals? What have you stated for your goals for this year? Have you figured that out? Let's start with that question. Raise your hand, turn on your camera, put your hand up, whatever, if you have goals set for this year. Okay, 4 of you. Awesome. We're on the right track. The other 5 of you that haven't done it.
do.
Okay. She's out walking, so she has her camera off, but you can hear us. I'm proud of you for going walking every day.
I walk, I run, I do a workout class, you know, I do it all.
Even if it's in a Cowboys hat, whatever. All good.
I know, I told you it's my husband. Keeps me warm.
Well, there's one win in
39.
that series. But that's the thing is, what goals are you pushing for? Because if you don't have a goal, that you're literally just out driving around wasting gas. Think about it this way. If you had a destination, let's say, let's take a road trip to New York. What's the first thing you're going to do?
Check the map.
Okay. Someone else. What's the first thing you're going to do?
Fill up the gas tank, check the car.
Sarah, what are you going to do when you take a road trip to New York?
The first thing I do, am I already in New York?
No, you're here, but we're going to New York.
Oh, well, I book my hotel first.
Okay. So a solid place. You know exactly where you're going to go. What hotel?
Hilton on 56th and 7th, because it's free for me.
There you go. You have to tell me why it's free for you. That's awesome. 56th and 7th. Now we know exactly where Sarah's going. She hasn't, so she's been there before, it sounds like. So you know the path. The rest of you, have you been to 56th and 7th? 56th and 7th?
Not in a long time.
I don't know what
It's right near Trump Tower. It's actually best shopping in all of Manhattan.
There you go. So in this metaphor, 56th and 7th, the best shopping in all of Manhattan, the goal, the end result, the place you want to be is clearly defined, and somebody has been there. Sarah, could you tell me how to get there?
Yes, I could.
Okay, great. So I could rely on you to tell me how to get there.
Absolutely.
If I had the same goal to get to 56th and 7th, do you guys believe Sarah could tell me exactly how to get there and the easiest and most efficient way to do so?
Yes.
Right? I don't know if you guys have this little thing. It's called the MREA. I want you to imagine your goal, that if you've set a goal for yourself, if you haven't, is 56th and 7th. It's the shopping district of New York. It's the gun ranges of New Hampshire. It's the bacon capital of the world. Wherever you want to go, your goal, 26, 36, 56 deals a year, your goal is your destination. Do you believe somebody has been there before? Do you want to find the easiest and most cost-effective and efficient way to get there? This is a great starting point. The other part of that is somebody has been there before. Success leaves clues. It's on us to read those clues and find it. So if you don't have a goal, 56th and 7th, or bacon capital of the world, or 36 deals, if you don't have a goal or an end destination in mind, how do you know what activities do to get there?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not clearly defined on where you're going, getting there doesn't matter. Everyone says life is not about the destinations, it's the journey, right? I'm going to put Hornswoggle on that. Hornswoggle, bullshit. That's stamped right there. The destination only matters if it's important. Okay, great. I have never once woken up in the middle of the night, got in my truck, and just started driving around, hoping to find something that I didn't know I was looking for. So how do you know if you find it? Well, you'll know when you find it. Bullshit. Those of us in relationships or want to be in relationships or had been in relationships, those relationships happened because at one point in your life, you had thought, well, it'd be nice to have a husband or a wife or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a dog or a cat. And then one day you found that cat. But there was still a defined goal that was met with the opportunity. You may have been lackadaisical and wavering and all this other BS to get there, but you got to an end goal in mind. Now, let's say we're taking this road trip. We have our end goal, 56th and 7th. I'm actually going to Google where that is so I know exactly what I'm talking about here soon. But 56th and 7th, we're taking a road trip. We Google it. We have our map, right? Our GPS. You guys know where I'm going at? Get where I'm coming to right here? Your GPS needs to be your written goal for the year. GPS stands for goals, priorities, and strategies. What is my one goal for the year to get me there? The 3 priorities that I need to focus on that'll make me most successful in getting so, and the strategies for each of those priorities. Also known as the car, the gas, and the accelerator. Without the car, you don't need gas. Without the accelerator, the gas doesn't work, right? So we're on our road trip. We run out of gas halfway there. Do we turn around and go home? Do we take a veer off somewhere else and just go meander in the countryside? Why not?
We can't quit or we won't get there.
We
We
need
come
to
back to
get
this
more
group
gas.
and we wrap up.
Stay the course.
Yeah.
It's not the goal.
It's not the end goal, right? Okay, another scenario. You're driving down the freeway. It's closed. Godzilla has stepped on the overpass. You can't get through. Do you turn around and go home?
No.
You do.
Go around.
Find another way.
Find another way. So it's what I'm trying to anchor home today, and we're going to break on this in a second and actually get the scripting, is I want you to have your goals clearly defined. Clarity of vision is better than certainty of outcome. Where we are going is more important than how we will get there. Why are we traveling is more important than how we will get there. Why are we working so hard towards a goal if we don't know what the hell it is? So keep that in mind. Your end goal doesn't change. If you set a goal for 36 deals this year, damn it, hit it at all costs. If the road's shut down, go around. If the car breaks down, walk. If your shoes break down, wrap your feet in duct tape. If you don't have duct tape, use lily pads. I don't care. Sometimes the road is not easy to travel. Sometimes it's broken. Sometimes it's hard to see. Sometimes it's not there. We got to create the path. The end goal is always in mind. And if that analogy is hard for you to understand, let's say that you're at the office and you have to get home, and halfway home your car breaks down. Are you just going, nope, not going home? You want to get home more than anything. When things happen, when you have those upsets in your day and the bumps in the road and the breakdowns, getting to your goal becomes more hyper-focused. Anyone ever been stuck in traffic? Right? You know, Sarah rolled her eyes on that one. She's like, fuck traffic. So you've been stuck in traffic. What are you thinking about? God, I could have been home already. I just want to get home. I just want to get to where I'm going. God, I'm tired of the slowdown. And then you start looking on your map like, okay, if I take a left at this cactus and I go around this tree and I can 4-wheel drive over this mountain, I get back on the road here and it'll be less time than I actually need to get home. Right? Who does it? Raise your hand. Be honest with me. We all start looking for alternate routes because the end goal doesn't change. We want to get home. We want to get to the movies. We want to get to the date. We want to get to dinner. It does not matter where you're going, but the desire to get there does not change. Then let me ask you, why do you change your goal that you set for yourself in business, in life? When you feel yourself slip, or you've hit a bump, or you're in a broken car, you find alternative ways. You never give up. Maybe you double down. Maybe you start thinking more creatively. Maybe you got to hire some help. But never change your goal. But most importantly, you have to have one. If you don't have a written goal, it's not real. If someone were to ask me, hey, Dan, where are you going this summer? And I told you Never Neverland, you'd be like, where? Well, yeah, it's in my head. I'm going there. Where is it at? Well, it's there. Show me. I got a bunch of girls on the call and Jacob. You girls love to ask, does this make me look blank, or does this make me do this? You know, right? You put it on. You knew full and well how you looked in it, but you wanted to ask somebody else their opinion too, to make sure that you were right. Same with your goals. Next level of that is we have a goal, we wrote it down. Now, share it with somebody. I'm proud of Mara for doing that this year, where she's sharing it with her sphere of influence.
It's
I bet you're
scary.
very scary.
It's slightly more than double what I did last year, so that's a little scary, but you know.
Did you share it with your husband?
I believe so. I guess I should make sure I do that. He's my biggest cheerleader anyway, so.
Mara, how long have you been doing real estate? I don't know.
This is my 6th year,
Okay.
but last year I did the most deals I've ever done, and that was 17. So I feel like I'm obviously only still ramping up. It was sort of a year in the middle there where I had to take off to take care of my mom who passed away. But anyway, so I'm still rebuilding.
There's definitely opportunity to grow and build here, but I want you to have your goals. I want you to have a goal written down. I want you to know your goal, what it looks like, what it's going to feel like, what you're going to do when you get there. Just like Sarah already told us, it's the best shopping in Manhattan. You see how excited she got? She was there physically in her mind. She was already going to the stores. She went to the closet and checked her wallet right now. Don't lie. Don't lie. She went to make sure, you know what? I wasn't doing anything this weekend. I'm going to New York. Kids, stay home. I'll be back in 3 days.
I wish.
Kids, you've been there. You know the success. You get excited about it. We can get excited about the same things. Like kids get excited about Disneyland, right? Destinations matter. Do kids get excited about the dentist? Because destinations matter. So set goals that will challenge you to grow, but be very, very careful of how you think about it. Because we will push harder for a goal that gets us away from a pain than we will towards a goal that gets us closer to pleasure. If it is painful for you to put on those pants and feel tight, and that shirt that doesn't fit, or your favorite jacket just doesn't fit anymore, it's painful for you, then you will start the journey to weight loss. If the desire to look better and feel good is there, I guarantee that the first time you put on that pair of jeans and it doesn't fit again, you're going to be snapped right back to that pain. And that pain will drive you to stay in that place. So have it be painful to not be where your goal is. Live that life in your head. If 36 deals affords you a new life, a new house, a new car, comfort, any of these things possible, then go for it. Many times in my life, I have met agents that have stated goals and written them down, and then within weeks have changed their lives. Not months, not years, weeks. Gary Keller tells us in the book that we often overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we grossly underestimate what we can do in 5. I will challenge that and say that if you're really willing to change your life, 12 weeks can make a huge difference. It all starts with the end goal mind. It all starts with setting something up, writing it down. If you need a pen, I have one for you. If you need paper, I have that as well. If you need an MREA, I have those too. Nothing I show you, nothing any other coach, trainer, or agent in this company shows you is going to work unless what? You put it to work. It's a simple saying, nothing works unless you do. So if you don't, I hope I have touched your heart. If you don't have a written goal this year, as of right now, for 2021, that we can break down into 12-week bites, you need to do that today. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for anyone else on the call. Do it for your damn self. Because in the end of the day, who's staring back at you in the mirror? If you're on a weight loss journey and you eat that cookie, you have to answer to you, not me. I'm just going to remind you of your goal. I'm going to ask you, does that help you get to your goal? If you want to sell 36 homes in a year and I don't see you on a script call for 2 weeks, I'm going to start asking some questions. What are you doing to help you get to your goal? Here's your scripting aspect. Can we not script with ourselves? Can we not ask ourselves powerful questions? We often forget that the person in the mirror is driving the freaking bus. Why wouldn't you want to check on them? What are you doing to help us get to our goal? Self-reflection is a powerful thing. Taking a second to realize that you are enough. You have what it takes to be successful. You are surrounded by people that love you and care for you and want you to be successful, including a very large balded man with a red beard. I'm the ginger Santa Claus. I'm holly and jolly in a bowl full of jello, whatever the song goes like. Show me that you care and I will as well. Show me that you want the drive and the dedication and you have everything you need to get to your goal. I'll help you get there. So let me ask you, what is 2021 going to look like? Stormy, what's 2020 going to look like for you?
115.
115 what?
115 transactions for our team.
There you go. 115 transactions for your team. Miss Bender, what is 2021 going to look like?
Exciting and full of opportunities.
Okay.
It's going to be one closing per month.
There you go. Miss Sarah Kuhn, what is 2021 going to look like?
I was shooting for 36, so it could be very aspirational, but that's my goal.
Don't think it's aspirational.
I know.
Yeah, a baseline. That's three a month. I don't care if you did 17 last month. Or 17 last year. Sorry, Mara, I got it mixed up. Just because 17 was your best year ever, 36 isn't a far stretch. It's one more deal a month. It's actually less than one more deal a month. My first year in real estate, my very first year, I'm talking, I am the great big Dan Caldwell, right? Everyone looks at me and says, wow, you're awesome. No, I'm a normal person. I just outwork everybody else. I did one deal. And I bossed it. My first year in real estate, I was working with an investor. He showed me all the things that I should do wrong. And guess what? I did them. I got him locked up in contract with a $750,000 sale. I'll never forget this house, and I'll never forget the people. They were the nicest people in the world, and he screwed them over. That's what made me want to get out of real estate. I did one deal and then said, no, I don't want this journey. If that's how it's going to be, I'm out this car. I didn't have a goal set. I was just along for the ride. And then I got my head out of my ass. I got in it for myself. I set a goal. My goal wasn't a written goal to be successful. My goal was a goal to survive. I didn't have anything. I was broke. I was unemployed. I was literally struggling for the first time in my life. A guy that has made hundreds of thousands of dollars before, barely cutting his own bills because I had made bad choices. Here comes real estate again. And somebody asks you, what are you going to do with it? What is your goal? What does the future look like? And I had never thought about that. And I wrote it down. And sure as the sky is hot, as soon as I wrote it down, I had a clear path. And then I would ask myself, what are you doing to get there? Is what I'm working on right now going to help me get to where I want to go? Am I becoming who I need to become to get to where I need to go? Not where I want to go, where I need to go. My second full year in real estate, we're talking not part-time or anything, but my second full year in real estate, I did 9 deals. 9 deals, barely paid my bills. But you know what? I was so focused on barely paying my bills and barely making enough money to get there that guess what? I did barely just pay my bills. I barely did just get by. I barely had enough money to shave my head. That's why I'm bald. I couldn't afford haircuts. That's a joke. I'm glad you laughed. But then I came to Keller Williams and I was shown to start thinking about what life could be. I did 4 times the transactions that next year. And then some. I went from making about $40,000 a year to $250,000 a year. Is that a lifestyle change?
Yes, indeed.
Is that a different car ride? Now, instead of being in the car with someone else, I am driving the bus for many others. But ultimately, it's your job to get off at the right stop. It's your job to make sure you are on the right bus. That is the cutest cat butt ever, Sarah.
Totally mooned everybody right now.
So the latest meme on Facebook was preparing for a Zoom call and the cat is taped to the wall. You guys have seen this one. So I couldn't help but think of that this morning, Sarah.
I haven't seen that. I'll check it out. Or send it to me if you have it. So I know we didn't do much scripting today, but you guys touched on my heart for this goal thing because I've been thinking a lot about goals lately and putting life back into focus and how comfortable life can be. How comfortable life can be and how complacent we can be. And I'm reading a book called Relentless. It's a really good book about professional athletes and different calibers of people. But the biggest
Which book is that? Sorry.
called Relentless.
That's your word for 2021, right? Relentless.
That is my word for 2021. I'm going to be unapologetically raw with people. I'm going to be relentless. I want people to feel my passion regardless of where they're at in the world. Because I hope that I can generate enough energy that it helps you do something that scares the crap out of you. Gets you out the door knock, gets you on the phone, it makes you want to make phone calls to people you haven't talked to in years. I want you to see what could be with your life.
My word was consistency when you challenged us to come up with one.
I hope you guys all picked a word. I'm awesome that Robin remembered mine. Mine's relentless. Because far too much, I'm nice. I'm the nice guy. I have put my success second to others before. That is not doing me or you justice. All ships rise in the high tide. So I'm going to flood these waters, and everyone around me is going to do the same. Welcome to Keller Williams 2021. Shit's getting deep. Everybody in our spheres needs to know that we are there to change their lives. So set a goal, stand by it, and then be relentless in your pursuits of it. Don't give up on yourself. Don't just survive. We were put on this earth to do great things. I believe that full-heartedly. Not everyone has the ability to know what their gifts are, and not everyone in their lifetime will be able to use their gifts to their full extent. But what I can tell you is that when you can help others, there is no better gift.
Just asking others if they, do they have goals this year that I could help them with? I've started saying that too. And
that's
like,
what
I didn't really have one, but then they think about it, right? And it again starts a conversation. So that's kind of cool.
and that's actually where I was going to lead into and let you guys go off into this weekend is, now that we've had this conversation, or you've heard me on my epilogue, go out there and talk to your spheres about the same thing. What are their goals? How can you help them get there? Because the rule of reciprocity, my brain works differently than most people's, you know that. The law of reciprocity, you do for me, I do for you. Come from contribution, it's a Keller law. It's Kellerism. It's what we do. We come from caring, we come from contribution. We give a damn. Our give a damn is bigger than anybody else's. But I guarantee you get on that phone and you start talking to people and you set some lunch meetings and some coffee dates and whatever you want to do, connect to people and ask them, what's your goal for this year? What was your goal for last year? You may uncover somebody that had thought about real estate but gave up on that because they didn't have the right professional in their corner. So I challenge you, go find those people, become their champion, get in their corner and cheer them on and get 2020 rolling a lot better than 2020 did. Okay? We are starting our year off with a dumpster fire at the Capitol building, literally. But that does not need to be the cadence for the rest of the year. People will focus on what the media shoves in front of them. I didn't even know there was a riot at the Capitol building until I saw it on Facebook. You know what that tells me? I need to stay off Facebook. I was happy. I was enjoying my day until, holy shit, there's a weird guy with horns standing in the Capitol building. There's a siege going on.
He put some thought into that too, like genuine thought.
Odd, he was the same guy that was in Antifa rally. So, what are your goals? Here's some questions to ask yourself today. What are my goals for 2021? What am I going to do differently than I did last year? What is my word for the year? If you guys have never heard that, selecting a single word is a powerful thing. Everything you do. Relentless, consistency, dedicated.
Expand.
Expand. I love it. And then, who can I talk to that I don't know their goals? How exciting is it to know when somebody wants to build a new garage and then they do it and you get to celebrate with them? Or somebody who wants to get married and you get to celebrate with them, or have a baby and you celebrate with them. I don't care what religion you believe in. Almost every one of them says to celebrate with one another. So do that this weekend. Celebrate your victories from 2020. Your victories. Celebrate the wins. Find out what 2021 is going to look like. And I need that. It needs to be a quick conversation. We're going to touch base on it on Monday. And we're going to jump back into scriptings. And then go find someone else to share it with. Share your goals with the people around you and they will help you get there. Keep them quiet and you will die silently in the night. Happy Friday, my friends. Go out there and do something great today.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Dan.